Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Guys on Sports. We are back for Week 11. Week 10 is in the books. It was a pretty crazy week. A lot of crazy shit going on.
A lot of crazy shit.
Exciting witching hour. You were in Chicago watching the Bears entertain but lose.
You grew a mustache, too, over the weekend.
Eating a lot.
Chicago, what can I say? It changes the man.
Chicago.
Probably
the best week of football, ironically enough. Like, there were a lot of great games.
There were some good games.
It was very entertaining Sunday.
There was one game that wasn't good, though.
I reveled in that game.
I was kind of upset I missed it because we were flying home.
No.
Stupid. So what's up, guys?
What's going on?
Why don't you recap our picks for us there, Mark?
All right,
Mark.
This is easy. We all had 3 points. So we all moved up 3 points. Whoop de fucking do.
So who's where?
It's the fucking same because we all moved up the same amount of points.
You still in last?
It's Rocky 33, you 32, Zach 28, me 20.
30. It's 32.
32.
So
Christmas.
Rocky would be in line to tell a story today. Is that
Rocky
correct?
would be.
And then he found a way to not be here.
Yeah, fucking Rocky.
Yeah, I had to go walk his goldfish or something.
That guy.
Does anybody know what he had to do? He didn't disclose, did he?
Oh, no, I didn't ask.
Take a shit.
Then I'll get the door for you, sir.
That's curious.
That he didn't disclose? I don't know.
What do you think the story was? Was he wearing a dress this time? With the Merce?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
Had to be something involving like his meatballs.
Oh, you know what?
what?
You think a cop-out is him falling off the ladder at work? You think he's going to throw that in there?
Maybe eventually.
I feel like that was this week.
Yeah, I don't know with him because he might make a story up too. So that's the
true.
other thing.
Yeah,
He
you can't
doesn't
trust him.
prepare to lose these things, so I think he's pulling stuff out of the derriere.
Yeah, he always thinks that he's gonna win. Why is that so loud? Jesus.
I think that's why he was
the love of
in a
God.
bad mood today, too. I think it's because he had to tell a story.
I think he's in a bad mood because he's been working here by himself and he hates all 3 of us. That's why I think he's in a
Just
bad mood.
Not good at technology, but great at painting.
Yeah. Don't call him stupid. All right. So no story today, but we do have some comments. I'm hoping, right?
Yeah.
Some good, some okay.
A little bit of both.
So here's TikTok take.
Time to check my social media, to see who loves me online.
Go.
Alrighty, so the first one is from TikTok. Surprising. Ball is 666. Great name. I was talking about Josh McDaniels and how the man probably should be fired.
Yeah.
Was Jeff Saturday.
Should
Terrible.
have probably never been hired.
The grind on gears have been pretty prophetic. Is that a word?
Prophetic is a word. Yeah.
So Ball is 666 said, Raiders always fix things that aren't broken, so they are in a never-ending cycle of always being mid/terrible. I feel like that's pretty on brand for them.
It's
Seems that way.
tough. It's tough over there. I mean,
you brought a tough guy like Derek Carr to tears.
You did.
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's just, no one wants to see that. Derek Carr is a good quarterback.
Yeah. And he usually doesn't call people out, but I feel like he's definitely throwing some shade McDaniels' way.
Listen, they were a playoff team last year.
Yeah.
With all the bullshit that went on, we've documented this. Everybody knows this. And you bring a guy in,
Can't build a
supposed to
culture.
make you better, and you take steps back. You bring in a guy like Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
take steps back. I mean, they got to be kicking themselves.
I would feel robbed as a Raiders fan.
Look,
Terrible.
I said it 3 weeks ago that they're the best 2-win team in football, and I stand by that. 3 weeks later, they're still the best 2-win team in football.
Yeah. So that's the first comment.
The Raiders.
Second comment is from our TikTok live that we had, I think, 2 weeks ago. Because last week wasn't the show out on Sunday mornings.
Yeah,
do
we had
TikTok lives.
we had some difficulties.
Yeah, but that's okay. We'll overcome. This is from
Don't we always?
someone said trade K9 for AJ Brown, and we're like, who's K9? That nickname doesn't sound familiar. Let's can you elaborate a little
I
bit?
don't know. I call men by their actual names.
Yeah.
And man, we apparently it's a popular name. So
Sure
Josh
it is.
Fruman.
K3 is more fucking like
K3.
because Kenny Walker the third. I
Yeah.
would think like KW3.
I don't know because
K3.
K9 is his jersey number. I got the
It's-
gist.
I like
Stupid,
KW3 better.
So do I.
It's more
K9
of a-
is cool
more of
because
tongue
it's
twister.
a dog,
Arr.
I guess.
Arr.
Or K-Walk. K-Walk 3.
Or Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker. That's what I call him.
Well, Josh Fruman said to all of this conversation, anyone who watches football or even just plays fantasy should know this laughing face emoji. It's literally been his nickname since college. Come on, Phil. Literally since college, man.
Hey, you know what? Fuck that guy.
But you know what I'm happy to see on TikTok,
Josh Fruman.
Josh Fruman, go suck one, huh?
You know what I'm happy to see on TikTok though is we're finally gaining some believers and some followers. Somebody came to our defense there too and said,
Oh, yeah?
"Oh, what are you all salty just because somebody can't not watch college football? He has to know who K9 is."
Oh no, hey, on the record, I don't like college football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody came to your defense and it was sweet. It was touching.
Yeah.
I'm a big game
I almost had
college
the
football
press
guy.
conference.
Before I get to the final comment, I guess that's a great time to plug. Follow the TikTok,
Follow
GLN
the
Podcast.
TikTok.
We're almost at 10K, 10,000 followers.
10K. We need to convert that 10K over to
Damn.
chalkboard, please. Come to chalkboard.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Wow. Then we can get real fancy.
Sorry.
Come to Chalkboard.
That's right.
The third and final comment is about a TikTok where Phil was saying that Zach Wilson is one of the young quarterbacks with the brightest futures. And kind of Keena Double Turner said Zach Wilson is like Mitchell Trubisky on the 2018 Bears. He's getting carried by his defense.
Okay, so you want me to respond to this retard? So, and I don't mean like actually, I mean like retard, like we said growing up. So,
Good preface.
yes. So, basically, first
Good
of all,
cover up, Phil. Good cover up.
the context of that was not that he's the most. I think he's shown the least. So, being that they're 6-3,
Yep.
and he hasn't shown much, they have the
There's room
most
for
room
growth.
for improvement.
I think it was a big brain take. I'm not going to lie to you.
And Mitchell Trubisky, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I want to hear Mark on that.
The thing here's the thing. You
how
got
I
to
feel
remember,
about Mitch.
I highlighted also that he just played his 17th game 2 weeks ago.
True rookie season.
So he's essentially just coming off his rookie season, okay? So you got to, here's the thing, and I've ranted about this before. I don't like the way younger fans view the NFL. Quarterbacks need time to mature. It's a dime a dozen. I mean, not a dime a dozen. It's very few and far in between guys that just get it right away. Doesn't happen often.
Does not.
And we don't have patience with quarterbacks anymore. A guy like Zach Wilson, he has the tools. You got to give him time to mature. But people are ready to move on. The minute you have a bad season, throw him in the trash.
Yeah,
a
look at
lot of
Daniel
great
Jones.
quarterbacks have had bad seasons.
Yeah.
Some would
Jalen
argue.
Hurts.
Some would argue.
No, it took 2 years.
he's
2
using
years
his
ago,
best
I'm
tool.
just saying 2 years ago, guys were saying he couldn't throw an NFL pass, really.
That was before he was throwing NFL passes.
There were guys.
I'm just saying, it
there were-
happens with a lot of young
no,
quarterbacks.
I agree with
Yeah.
you. I agree with you 100%.
There were guys preseason still doubting Jalen Hurts and saying that he wouldn't be able to lead this team.
And you know what? That leads me to another thing. You know what? That pisses me off. We talked about this last week, I think.
Grinds my gears.
And I was
Grinds my
saying,
gears.
like the thing with, there's only 3 or 4 guys that are those guys. But I miss, and it's the same thing with NBA, it's just the whole culture. People knew teams were better than, or players were better than other players, but people respected, like you respected Randall Cunningham and his game. And people were excited to see the Eagles play X team, to see how they matched up. Like you believe that the sports analysis right now, on especially major media, is all, is he the best quarterback, top 3 quarterback in the league? Then they can win. If it's not, they don't believe it.
Yep.
Teams get Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in the league. How long now? Probably last 3 years.
At least.
Yeah.
How many Super Bowls has he won?
Uno.
One.
Oh, we both went
Aaron
Spanish
Rodgers
there.
probably statistically has been the best quarterback for the last probably decade. You could argue.
Or all time statistically, if you're going to say that.
Tom Brady's won a
Yeah,
lot
that's
more
a
Super
fucking
Bowls than
fraud.
him. Peyton Manning. I mean, if you go down the list, that teams win games. It's not just about the quarterback. You have a good team, a good system, you could win in the NFL.
Absolutely. Trent Dilfer won a goddamn Super Bowl.
But it's not even that. There's better quarterbacks that just because you're not a top 5 quarterback in the league doesn't mean you're garbage.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, if they really knew what they were doing in Dallas,
Would be a great
could
quarterback.
probably win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sports media is just dramatic now and goes
Nah,
by
it's
the flash.
annoying.
They
That's
should
annoying.
they should watch us instead.
Yeah, they should. And that's the problem is all these young kids know is that kind of coverage for
It's
sports.
because it's like it's society today, It's the what have you done for me now? Everyone's trying to hit a goddamn home run, right?
Yeah.
I mean, ourselves not excluded. I did call, I said the Lions are going to win that division, and I'm sticking by it after this past weekend, because I saw just how much the NFL favors the Lions, they send refs out to the games.
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Where you going, Mark?
Yeah, all the youths out there in America, try and grow a mustache like that
Seriously.
in minutes. Bet you can't.
Minutes.
So yeah, TikTok take. Follow us on TikTok.
TikTok take.
Comment. We'll shout you out.
What was that?
I'm fired up just remembering the goddamn weekend.
For the listeners, Mark just threw his balls on the table. That was his, not his hand.
They were tapped.
Use your imagination.
Small tap. All right, so now let's get into our next section. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to do that again. Let's get into our next section, which is what did we learn? So, guys, it's week 11, and week 10, like we said, was a pretty crazy week, and I think we did learn a few things. I think the Bills maybe are more mortal than we thought, and I think the Eagles also are more mortal than people thought. You can shake your stupid face, but I think it's the truth. But let's talk about that game, which I think is probably the game of the year. I mean, there's been a few good games. The Carolina-Atlanta game a few weeks ago. But what a friggin' nutso game.
Nothing tops. It had the catch of the century, by the way.
You didn't get to watch it, did you?
Yeah, I saw some highlights.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Watching that in real time was friggin' nuts.
There's
I'd
like 4 or 5 times where you're like, there's no way that just happened.
Well, when I saw the score, I was like, all right, Buffalo's got this wrapped up. And then,
That's what they thought too.
much like in that Bears game, I saw the refs came to the aid of the Vikings.
Oh, my gosh.
Help them.
It's sad.
Jettison.
What a catch by Justin Jefferson. Did you see that?
I think that's the best catch I've
where-
ever seen in my life.
Where
I'm not gonna lie.
the Bills defensive back is kind of pushing it into him. I saw
Yeah, I'd say bad play by the Bills defensive back to not just swat the ball down there.
Yeah, but
That was stupid.
that was a contested catch.
It's 4th and 18.
Hey, give it to Justin Jefferson, though. That was fantastic. That was a great catch.
Even if it wasn't 4th and 18, that's like just pound for pound the best catch I've ever seen.
No, I agree. I'm saying that I'm talking about the stupidity of the defensive back.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just swat that away.
Swat the ball. He doesn't have a chance. He only has a chance because he's trying to pick it.
Better than the OBJ catch, I think.
It is better than Obi, and in a bigger moment too. 4th and 18.
Way bigger moment.
But then you get down on the goal line. I think it's still up for debate whether or not Cousins gets in, but it's pretty damn close whether he gets in on 4th and goal there. They say he's not in, and then you got Josh Allen, biggest quarterback in the league. Simple center exchange.
Who messed it up though?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, they didn't give any difference, and try to throw him off with the cadence. So he was able to get a jump on the snap, and I mean, he was in the center's face as soon as it happened. Allen took the blame, but I mean, who knows? But I mean, when does that happen?
Oh my gosh, I have 2 friends. One's a Vikings fan, one's a Bills fan. They were both texting me during that game.
Oh my God.
Both sides were happy. Both sides were angry, confused, shocked, just everything. But Josh Allen can't win in overtime. He can't put together second halves of games.
I mean, well, listen, they got the ball back with like 45 seconds. He drives, gets the field goal, so that was great. But he throws the pick.
He threw a pick.
Yeah.
And the last 3 weeks he's been doing it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Without seeing the game, I would say that this Josh Allen UCL injury is probably pretty significant, and I'm willing to bet that what happened.
Oh, there's something on your mic.
And I'm willing to bet that they're probably curtailing their game plan slightly to what throws he can
I
and
don't
cannot
know,
make
man.
right
They
now.
were throwing it all around the yard.
Yeah.
You didn't see the game, so I'm
No,
gonna
I
give you a
did.
pass.
Well, let me tell you, and from that perspective too, being at the live game, the 1 o'clock, noon there, but having such a crazy week and having to see it in only snippets through like ESPN like updates was insane because everything that was going on, I'm like, what the fuck am I missing? Like the whole entire league was going crazy this week.
This is what I'll say
And I was
about
stuck watching that fucking horrible officiating.
the Josh Allen thing. We'll get there. I think this game or the last couple of weeks have been a referendum on what they're doing in Buffalo. 86% of that offense is Josh Allen. 83% of the touchdowns were generated by Josh. He's doing too much, I think, doing everything. They're just giving him the ball. And I'll say this about the Eagles, too, last night, as a critique. I think they're doing too much with Hurts, too. I think they're relying on him too much. I think sometimes teams get, away from
being a team
where they should be. And they get too pass happy. They get too much for pushing the ball. There's got to be a balance. You're not playing with your defense in mind or playing like team football. But Allen, yeah, so they're just the ball's going all over the place. His arm looks fine, but he's making mistakes. You make a guy do everything. You know, somebody made a point. I was listening. I think it was Bill Parcells I listened to earlier in the day on a sports show. He's like, you know, a running back breaks off a 30-yard run. He gets up, calls out, goes to the sideline for a break. Josh Allen is doing that, and he has to run back to the huddle, call a play. Now he's got to play a finesse game and try to, you know. So he's the bulldozer, and then he's playing the violin. That's what he said. Yeah. And you're asking him to do all that always, and you're always throwing the ball. It's just they're doing too much, and I think he's getting exposed a little bit.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if you look at it this way too, I think we're also at that point in the season, right? Every season, there's always those hot teams, right, that start off, you know, 8-0, 8-1, things of this nature. No, but I'm being serious. And then what happens is, you know, it's the NFL, man. It's 32 professional teams, right? They're constantly trying to save their jobs and figure out ways to win, right? So there comes that point in the season where somebody finally figures out, hey, maybe this defense will work against this juggernaut offense, and they kind of write that blueprint. I'll be damned if teams don't follow up what Washington did to Philly last night, then I mean they're stupid.
Well,
because they wrote the blueprint on how you can, you know, stagnate this offense. The fact that AJ Brown had 1 catch for 7 yards is criminal. The fact that Goddard had 2 catches for 14 yards,
and he's out now for a while, right?
Yeah. It's criminal. You know, it's that point of the season. Who was it last year? Somebody was off to
Cardinals.
A crazy good start. Somebody put, you know, they had that blueprint, and we were like, oh shit, here comes the slide.
Well, that's when you really look at. I'm going to let you pick it up, but that's when you look at the coaching staff and how do they adjust to what the adjustments that people have made to them.
I'll push back a little bit.
Philly does have a lot of weapons, so they just have to learn how to use that.
I think there are a billion things I could say about the game, but I'll push back on the first things you said about the blueprint against the Eagles. We're without Jordan Davis, who is our run defense right now. So if the only thing that you have to do against the Eagles is run the ball, guess what we're going to do next week, especially against Jonathan Taylor, who's an obvious great running back.
Yeah.
We're going to try and stop the run. So that could potentially stop it there. For teams that are 8-0, for teams that are 10-0, for the 11-0 Steelers a few seasons ago, you don't get an award for being 17-0. And good teams realize that. Jalen Hurts realizes that. Jalen Hurts has come out and said that he's been undefeated and lost a championship. I think it matters for teams that haven't necessarily won the Super Bowl but have the experience in other ways. This loss was necessary. I've been saying it for a few weeks now that the Eagles need to be stress test. I'd like to win the game after the stress test, but to lose this game does a few things. One, it takes a little bit of pressure off our back. You're not looking for the undefeated season anymore.
I agree with that.
It gives you humility. To go 1-1 with a divisional opponent on prime time, I'll take any day of the week. I felt sour about that game for a few different things. One, we had 3 turnovers in that game, and that matched our season total. Yeah. The Commanders have to be the worst team in the league to not win that game with that amount of turnovers given to them. Another thing, too, is it's not the penalties that gave the game away for us, because we had, of course, Quez Watkins fumbling there when he could have just stayed down. But there's an obvious face mask that could have changed momentum. For Heineke to take a knee after Brandon Graham's already diving at him, and the controversial call is only controversial because there are a lot of evidence and a lot of commentators, even live, saying that Brandon Graham pulled back on that play, but the call is the call.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought that if the Eagles had the ball in their hands, I thought we had a shot up until the very last second of it. When I saw that, the roughing the passer got called and it was 1st and 10, I didn't know what to think. There should have been more football played there.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like that happens to a lot of teams all season.
That's why it's not the ref's fault at all. But for the Eagles to lose a game like that, how they did, and to come out in the second half and run the ball with Miles Sanders and have momentum, and then just have mistakes happen, I'm so happy that happened week 10 and not round 1 of the playoffs.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to act like it's the end of the world, right?
It's not because it's not,
but there may be something to the blueprint. We'll see. We'll see how the team reacts to a little bit of I mean, getting beat in your building by a division opponent is not great either.
It's not fun, yeah.
And it's not great when it's a team that's 4-5 at the time either.
I'll tell you what happens.
Well, Heineke's 3-1, so
they lose the next 8 games.
Well, yeah, they
go
could.
8-9. They miss the goddamn
That's
playoffs.
not out of the realm of possibility. I'm not ruling that out. I would hope for that. I don't think that's going to happen. But what I do want to see, bias aside, is I want to see how they respond. Are they going to have a little bit of a lull next week with a indie team who probably right now, for whatever reason, probably believes they're better than they are, right? Especially with the performance. I mean, to have Jeff, all the shit going on there, to come out and win, they probably believe again that they're a good team. Coming into the season, we thought they were. So we'll see how they respond after a little bit of controversy. I believe in Jalen Hurts, even though I don't like the team. I think he's a leader. I think he'll have him in the right place. But is the rest of the team going to feel the same?
Yeah, I think.
Is there a little doubt creeping in? You got to see how they respond.
Look at the Colts to cover, but I think that locker room is super concrete.
And then the other thing it throws into question too is now you're in serious NFC playoff pictures. Number one, in your division, you're a game closer to the Giants. You're a game closer to the Cowboys. But if you still want to get the number one seed now, I mean, you have the tiebreaker over the Vikings. But
now you got to earn it.
Now you're neck and neck really, and then that could be in jeopardy too. And I think it's a way different game if you wind up in that conference championship and you play in Minnesota versus playing in the Link. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, they still have, you still have the gauntlet to run too. They still got, like you said, Indianapolis, who's riding the high. They got Green Bay. They got to face the Titans. Then they got to face, division opponent Giants.
It's
away.
perfect timing. It's wear and tear that we needed. It's going to weather us for the playoffs. I mean, 13 and 3 teams are the ones that win the Super Bowls, not the 17-0s, barely the 9-8s or whatever you want. Like it's
all right. Well, don't go count your chickens before the hatch, right?
I think-
You got the
and
Colts, Packers, Titans, Giants twice. You got the juggernaut Bears, who are only held down if you bring your own goddamn refs. But apparently they're welcome at Soldier Field, so go ahead. And you got the Cowboys too. So.
And what do you think about that? I think the Bills are in trouble.
They might be the third best team in their division record wise.
Well,
at least.
they are in third place right now, right?
Yeah.
In their division.
They're tied.
Why I think they're in trouble is because they've lost to the Jets already. Mm-hmm. They've lost to Miami as well. Okay. They're 6-3. Little uneasy about Josh Allen. They're still banged up on defense. KC looks like KC. Like, I don't know. I mean, we came into this year thinking it was their year. I don't know that they're...
No,
they're not the favorite anymore.
No.
I don't know if they're the favorite to win their division right now. So, I mean, that's kind of... I mean, it's sad, too, because I was rooting for them to win, and I just don't know where do you go from here, because this is one of those things where there's guys on that team that are going to have to get paid soon. They're going to have to re-up with some guys, and it's not going to be the same in a year or two from now.
They just got to simplify it, I think.
Yeah, and it's not as
They got to run the ball.
Before the season, I would have told you this was the Bills conference hands down. But now you have the teams getting hot at the right time. You got Baltimore getting hot at the right time. You got Cincinnati getting hot at the right time.
Miami's legit, and the Jets beat them.
Miami, the Jets
Without Tua.
the friggin' Titans, man. The Titans.
Oh yeah.
The
Well, no,
Titans,
what do you mean?
The
Without
Jets
Tua?
beat the
No,
Dolphins.
I'm saying the Jets beat the Bills.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you were saying.
I get it.
you got the Titans, who every year we
They're gonna
talk
be
about
there,
is Tannehill holding them back, and they don't have playmakers aside from Derrick Henry. Well,
He
guess
ma-
what? They're
he-
6-3.
He made a big difference over having Malik Willis in there. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And then you got and then you got the Chiefs, who this addition of Kadarius Toney it's now scary, because they're trying to play Pacheco into the mix more than CEH, who is a bigger back. You have Mr. Reliable Tony, Travis Kelce, and then you have Kadarius Toney, who looks like the person he should have been in New York, with the best ball slinger in the game.
He's just a ball slinger. I'll give you that.
Yeah, the Chiefs perfected what they were going for this offseason of just reloading.
Well, you know what's not perfected? The damn fields in the NFL. You brought this up a few weeks ago, and you know what? It's been circulated more and more, and I think we sent somebody's filing suit, right?
Every
And that's what's going to get it done.
There's a new person suing something.
But we have
regarding
touched on
the
this
field.
on the show before. We give Zach some credit here. He brought this up, I think, in one of his rants. But it's been an issue for a few years. There's been rumblings from a lot of players. I know at MetLife Stadium, just from watching the Giants, players complain about that turf there. it's an issue. And I think now with this groundswell, we know the NFL is pretty good at in the offseason, even in season, changing things. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a change there with the turf fields. But that aside, it got us kind of thinking: is there other things that we wish the NFL might consider changing as far as gameplay, officiating, rules? And I'll throw it to the table. Who's got something for us to ponder?
Immediately, right off the bat, having come off this fresh live game, one thing that I would like to see change in the stadiums is regulate the goddamn prices of beer, man. This is ridiculous.
That's right. I agree with this.
Paying $15 because I get a plastic souvenir cup that the goddamn emblem washes off after 3 times in the dishwasher. $15 for a beer.
It looked pretty sweet in the picture, though.
That is, it's actually a really nice glass. And then for like mixed drinks, they charge you the price of the bottle of alcohol for
Yeah,
a
they
mixed
do.
drink. It's insane.
Well, if you're a man, you just bring your own liquor into the stadium.
Yeah,
Who
well-
doesn't do that?
Well, I mean, when you're coming to the game with kids, you got to be responsible and respectful.
But you
and-
weren't with kids.
and not sneak your own liquor. And you got to
No, you sneak your liquor in.
You got to get fucking blasted on their dime.
No, listen, Jacksonville
your
Jaguars
kids.
game. I got nice and buzzed in the parking lot. I had my little plastic flask. I came in stacked with 2 of them.
You still got that thing?
What?
That plastic flask?
I bought a new set.
It's
Yeah,
in his prison wallet right now.
yeah, in my prison wallet with my shank.
How do you get up it? how do you walk?
I had 2.
That's why he's got to stick up his ass all the time.
It's a gooch.
There it is.
So yeah, I had 2 of them on me. I bought a big Coke for like $5.50, and just spiked the Coke, man, and you get lit. You buy beer, you buy 1 beer,
yeah.
but that's how you
In
do
a
it.
For the
souvenir
culture.
glass, too,
1 beer for the first half, 1 beer for the second half, and you coast.
Well, shout out to Arthur Smith because he's taken a page out of, I guess, just a sensible book, and he's made his menu prices really cheap. I saw this on Twitter, and I just got the article up now. A hot dog, $1.50.
Yeah, that's nice.
Burger, $7.50.
Mark would hit like, you know what? I'm not even gonna put this on Mark. At a game when I'm loaded, I'm hitting like 4 hot dogs for
Oh my
$1.50.
gosh. Oh my
I
God.
could eat like a fucking whole fucking
Yeah.
animal when I'm at a game
He
like
came
that.
out and said that he wants to, just make the prices sensible. So yeah, you get pretzel bites for $4.50, chips and salsa $2.50,
Oh shit.
ice cream cone. Don't tell Mark, $4.50.
Well, you know what?
It's like going to the the Masters are like that, right? Like they have everything,
Oh,
the
yeah.
prices of like back in the 40s.
Yeah.
I want to just go to is that the Silverdome?
Mercedes Benz,
Oh, this is Mercedes.
which is nice. I've been there before.
Why'd I say Silverdome is Detroit, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
got tore down.
Arthur Blank is he's the Falcons, and if anybody can afford it,
Did I say Arthur Smith? I meant Arthur Blank.
Arthur Blank, yeah.
Yeah, Arthur.
Arthur Smith,
Huh?
great American. All right, go.
Arthur Blank, he's the founder of Home Depot. I mean, if somebody can fucking afford it, I'd imagine it's that guy.
You guys rolling in it. All right, so what about you, Zach? You got a rule change, or you want me to give mine?
I guess mine's a little bit more normal, or not normal, but just like more like square. I mean, coming off a few games that had some pretty glaring penalties that weren't called. I don't know if all penalties should be reviewable, but I think if you're reviewing a penalty and there's another penalty
In the
in
play?
the review in the play, maybe not pretend like it's.
What do you think
not
about that?
there.
Because I don't agree with it, but I
Or
get where
how
you're
about-
coming
How
from.
about one that changes momentum? That's complete bullshit. Like when the quarterback, it's third and fucking.
That's not what I
forever.
asked you, though.
Third and fucking forever.
Yeah.
The quarterback's running for dear life. He gets fucking trucked 5 yards from out of bounds. It's not my fault. It's cold in Chicago, and the guy skids halfway across the goddamn stadium and hits the
It's
fucking.
definitely
the
dramatic when that happens.
The warming bench. I mean, it
Yeah.
was Jared Goff. Obviously, he was dramatic. The guy should be on the fucking Desperate Housewives of Detroit for crying out loud.
Oh my god.
And then that penalty gets called, which then leads to another bullshit penalty, which then leads to another bullshit penalty when Chicago intercepted the pass. Detroit regains possession. They punch it in.
Yeah.
Fields goes and throws a
All
bullshit
right, what are we
interception.
doing right now?
I'm ranting about shitty officiating,
It's
man.
the 21st century. I honestly,
It's
I
all
just thought
reviewable.
of. I just thought of something different. Why the fuck do we still use sticks? Why do we still use sticks?
Awesome.
Makes no sense. The ball needs to be in a crucial exact spot to where it was when the play died. The
Yeah.
ref moves it even. Sometimes it's terrible and it's a yard behind.
Well, it's more about the spot.
Sometimes, hold on. Sometimes the ball gets moved,
Yeah.
and then they bring the sticks out. It's very medieval times. Like we have
Well,
cameras.
what would you propose?
There's cameras that you can even do like a laser sticks if you need to.
Yeah, but the drama of the sticks coming out and the measurement. I mean, it's good. It's good TV.
It's just sometimes fraudulent. I think now we're in a day and age to where nothing should not be seen on camera.
You don't want to take the soul out of the game, man.
There you go.
You would like to win games if you truly want. Gabe Davis didn't catch the ball, but you got to
review
caught.
it. You got to throw the flag out.
Nothing should be seen and then not seen. I
the
guess
line to gain is red, and when the ball cross, like how the NHL
Well,
did with the puck trail.
I hate that.
Once the ball crosses the red line turns blue. But if his knee's down, the turf around his knee turns like yellow or some shit.
No, it's too much.
Turn this into a goddamn Tron.
But the idea for calling, I mean, that's tough. I mean, because then it's like you might challenge some. I don't know.
80%
calling
of the
something
time,
that you didn't see and then going back and calling it it's I don't know.
And if we
80%
did
of the
this,
time, ball doesn't lie. I mean, Bills didn't win anyways, but still,
That's true.
20% of the time, teams get fucked over.
and if we did this, you take out the crooked ref aspect too. I mean, these guys need their palms greased. You know what
That's
I mean?
true.
Like you pay them a little extra, they make bullshit calls. You know, it's part of the game.
All right, so the one I have is pretty simple one. I think roughing, personal fouls, all those type of plays like the Brandon Graham thing.
Should be challenged
No,
to a fist fight.
no, shut up. I think I think it should be judged by intent. That's it.
Yeah.
Like let the ref. We have judgment calls for
By who? Like a panel of peers?
no by the ref.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I mean, you could look at a replay, but the refs make judgment calls on a bunch of stuff. I think you could tell when a guy's trying to lay somebody out and take a cheap shot, or you could tell when somebody's, if you just happen to fall on a quarterback, or you're trying to make a sack in the pocket because you're on the ground. I think you should be able to, like, if you're trying to hurt the guy, it's different. But if you're just trying to make a play, I don't think you should be penalized. I think it's pretty easy to take all that ticky-tack bullshit, personal foul stuff out of the game. Just let the refs call it by judgment.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That might-
I'll go one further. How about you get a game like Brady playing Stafford, right? And Stafford takes like a gruesome hit. There's a penalty
Gruesome.
flag thrown,
Yep.
right? And then Brady gets the challenge. Brady says,
Brady gets the challenge?
yeah, he would say, I would take that hit. That's not a penalty.
I'm with
and then pause, timeout.
Yeah.
Brady has to come out on the field
the hit
and take
to
that hit.
even it out. Yeah.
Take that hit, and then the penalty is nullified
That's pretty good. You could only do that like once or twice a game.
until they all have concussions and have to
Until,
sit.
yeah, until broken legs. Not bad, boys.
I like where we're going.
Nah, I like where we're going too. All right, so now is there anything else? No other rules changes? No other rants on bad rules in the NFL?
I don't know.
Not off the top
I
of my
think that's
head,
it.
no.
Yeah, that's all. Why, you got more?
No, I think we're good. All right, let's go on to smash or pass. It's been a couple weeks, boys. All right, smash or pass. What we're doing this week is fan bases. And we're going to say if we smash or pass just fan bases for these teams. I tried to shorten it.
Which fan bases are predominantly women?
You hate women. Nice. All right.
Wait, what?
All right, here we go. We'll start off with a heater. Duke.
Pass.
Pass. Tobacco Road, baby.
I think I'm going to smash.
You like their fucking fan base?
I mean, I like
No.
people that are like, I like people that are pricks.
Antagonistic dickheads.
Yeah, I mean, why not? They were
why
good.
Phil
They
loves
rub it
himself.
in your face. Yeah, I love myself.
Nah, UCF should have beat Duke a few years back when Taco Fall was better than Zion Williamson
I will say this though.
Yeah, where's Taco now?
I don't love Coach K.
in the league.
He's a little annoying, but
Isn't he playing in China now?
Coach K, he doesn't play.
No,
He's a coach.
Taco.
Taco Fall.
Oh yeah, he is, and he's
Taco
dominating. He's dominating.
Good for Taco Fall. They just didn't know how to utilize him in the NBA.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think he's too much of a unicorn. All right, Bears.
I almost feel bad for him. Smash.
Let me tell you about the greatest city, all right?
And then
There's-
smash or pass.
There's
wait.
never been a city with more camaraderie than there is in Chicago, okay?
Pass. I changed my answer to pass.
It was
Chicago.
It was fantastic being amongst all of my own people rooting for this team. This city is electric. It's not like going to Cleveland and you're wondering if they even have a football team there.
Not true.
It's not like going. It's not like going to New Jersey and having two teams from an opposite state that share a stadium, and you're wondering who's paying fucking rent this week.
That's where you live, though.
And guess what? They also don't do. They also don't grease the fucking poles in Chicago like they do in Philadelphia. Because you want to know why?
You don't have passion.
We don't have animals climbing the poles, raining their feces down on their own brethren. All right. There's a lot of
one time.
There's a lot of camaraderie in Chicago. And I smashed the fuck out of Chicago.
I'm gonna pass on the Bears fans because they're pricks. And I know I like pricks as Duke fans, but Bears fans, I mean, you guys are like so stuck in the past. It's crazy. Like I know you're an old franchise.
The oldest franchise.
You're old. I'll give you that. But I mean,
I just feel bad for him.
not very much storied in the past 30, 40 years. That's fair, right?
The pack. Okay, I don't know if
I'm
you're
gonna pretend like it's frozen.
I don't know if you're gonna talk about the Packers, but Packers fans have made me like every other team in that division more.
I'm not. But okay, I'll
Packers
also
fans.
pass on the Packers fans. You want to pass on them?
I will. You know what's?
Just
yeah, on
say
their
smash or
fan
pass.
base. Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
all right,
passing on their
fuck,
fans.
Don't give me a fucking story. All
You
right,
know, fuck them guys.
here we go. Golden State Warriors.
Smash. I feel like they actually have stuck with that team for a while. I don't know too many bandwagon Warrior fans.
Wow.
Pass. All they are bandwagons.
Yes, pass. I also passed.
Really?
They were bandwagon.
Oh my
Who do you-
god.
How?
They've stuck
Who do you
with
know?
them since they've been winning championships.
I'm just saying, like you haven't. I don't know.
There was
in
no-
my circle or in general. I haven't seen too many Warrior fans. Like
Okay,
I've seen,
so
like,
I can't think of a
Like
bigger
Tampa Bay fans.
bandwagon franchise.
well, I can figure this out real quick. All right, so how old are you?
22
All right, so how long have the Golden State Warriors been good for?
for as long as I've been watching basketball.
Okay, so there you go. They used to just be terrible and nobody cared about it.
And
I mean, they
nobody
were like
gave a
the
shit.
third team.
Yeah.
And then they got good, and then they got bandwagon fans, and now it's just a bunch of guys that ride Steph Curry's cock. I mean, seriously though, they are most bandwagon fan base in the NBA probably.
I thought that arena though was hard to play in because they're always like bringing the heat and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but after they got good,
Yeah, but I mean that's also local too. But now you find Warriors fans fucking everywhere.
I just don't see any Warriors fans anywhere. I don't
Really?
know.
Oh man,
No.
I see them everywhere.
I'm not seeing any
go to-
jerseys or license
and
plates.
Steph
or nothing.
Curry.
I'm not seeing.
Well,
any
yeah,
of that.
I don't see. That's true. I don't see license plates and stuff. But when I go play, you always see Steph Curry jerseys. So people just, people like the players, so they start. Yeah, I don't like them because I just don't feel like they're real. I never seen a Warriors fan in my life
I guess
before
that's
they were
what-
good. Like when they had Baron Davis and shit like that, they
Yeah,
weren't.
see, that's
nobody
before
cared.
my time.
Or even
so.
before that, Chris Mullin.
Chris
man.
Mullin, I love Chris Mullin. Chris Webber, yeah. All right, so next one, Yankees.
Pass. They're the Dallas Cowboys of the MLB.
Pass because the Cowboys are the New York Yankees of the NFL. Yankees are fucking.
You said the same thing. All right.
No, I said it the opposite way because they're the true evil empires, not Jerry Jones. It's
27
fucking-
World Championships. I'm gonna smash that. All right.
We're
Next-
talking about their fan base.
Oh, I love their fan. Well, you know what? That's fair. I'm gonna pass on their fan base.
Yeah.
A lot of them are fucking knob jobs that don't even really know baseball that
Yeah,
well.
you got the jorts and the
They
white
just
pinstripe,
expect
some Air
too
Forces.
much. They're spoiled. All right. Lakers.
Pass for why you guys said pass on the Warriors. I think that happens with the Lakers actually.
15 years ago, I would have
It does.
smashed, but I am totally passing.
I'm passing now because I don't.
Who even is a Lakers fan? Like, if you are, like, are you really? And
But it
if
used
you're
to
not,
be like it was like cemented, like it was like a basketball franchise that you could really get behind because there's so much history there.
Ever
and now
since
they just go
LeBron
out and
came,
like try to
yeah.
fucking buy everything.
It's been different since
Yeah.
LeBron. When Kobe was there, I never hated the Lakers, but I liked Kobe a lot. So I liked the Lakers to an extent. All right, so I will also pass on the Lakers. Steelers.
smash.
I'm passing on Steelers fans too, man. They're the most annoying. They're like neck and neck with fucking Eagles fans.
I'm gonna smash the Steelers. They don't bother me so much.
Yeah.
They talk so much shit.
Everybody does,
Get
though.
them talking about like
All right,
Cincinnati.
I'm gonna start
Cleveland.
moving along here. SEC fans.
Pass with a capital P.
SEC fans, I'm smashing, man. They love their teams. It's
Fuck off.
that's as close of a fan base as you can find to like Premier League soccer and people like representing like their
league.
cities.
They think they're all so good.
Yeah.
How many SEC teams are in the top 25 right now? 2?
I don't know.
4?
Wrong
Maybe?
guy.
Like,
But their fan base will let you know. They all should
I'm gonna
be.
smash 2. Just because I think it's cool, like the whole, like you said, just the camaraderie of it, and it is a cool thing that you don't see in a lot of other major American sports.
Yep.
It's niche. It's entertaining and fun to have a niche college team.
I think everybody's gonna pass on this next one. It's Cowboys.
Pass.
I'm actually gonna smash.
With a car maybe.
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm just gonna preemptive pass, but
Yeah.
Their fan base isn't bad.
oh, they're terrible.
shut
What the
up.
fuck are you talking
They're
about?
not
kidding
bad.
me?
They don't bother me at all.
Yeah, because you don't matter.
They don't.
All right, Astros
Pass.
Fuck all of that organization. Pass.
fans.
Don't care. They're supporting fucking cheaters. Don't care.
What are they supposed to
Pass.
do? Disown the team?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could do that, but I also pass because they're pricks about it. They like try to rub it in your face.
guess-
Yeah. And they act, oh, we could have done it without the cameras. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you? I don't think so.
Shout out Mattress Mac though. Probably the only Astros fan that.
It's
like-
respectable.
Yeah, because he made millions.
Yeah. All right, Michigan.
Smash.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Especially against like Ohio State. Like,
Yeah.
fandom.
Oh, I love
Smash.
Michigan. Smash Michigan. Yeah.
Oh, go Big Blue.
Last one, Red Sox.
I'll smash. I've never heard anything bad about a Red Sox fan.
Smash. Dude, I've never been to a more entertaining, fun baseball stadium than Fenway.
Surprisingly, I'll smash too. I think the fans are fun. I mean,
fans
I
are
hate
awesome,
the team,
man.
but the fans are fun. It's a fun rivalry.
Everybody gets drunk on Yawkey Way and then stumbles into the stadium. It's a great time.
All right, well, that's Smash or Pass this week, boys. Next week, I'll see if we bring. I don't know what we're doing next week. We kind of been switching it up lately,
We'll
but
figure
we
it
do
out.
have
They're all fun. It don't matter, man. Keep bringing them.
we do have a little section for Mark to get into, huh? Is that get the bag, grab the bag, What is it?
Grab the bag.
Whatever the hell it is.
Grab my bags.
All right, let's talk about Mr. Can't Catch all of a sudden showing up here in prime time, week 10. Christian Watson. Let me tell you, big guy, go out and grab that bag now because the fact that you caught 4 balls is amazement to everybody
It's a word, new word.
amazement to absolutely everybody who saw those balls thrown your way. 3 of them were for touchdowns.
That's right.
And then to have the stones to sit there and count your touchdowns out like they were guaranteed.
Why not? Is
I'm
this
just
a
saying-
rant?
I'm just saying if you can grab the bag and actually hold on to it, buddy, get it because it's yours. Good job this weekend.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to pick him up in my,
I am too.
my fantasy.
Him and Allen Robinson.
But yeah, so you guys didn't watch that. I mean, they looked like they were on the same page, and you could tell like some of the throws that Aaron Rodgers was making to him that he seemed like he starting to trust him.
Yeah.
And once he started to get him, it's kind of opened up the field. That's why I think I'm pretty confident that they're gonna look.
Yeah,
And they ran the ball a lot more than
definitely-
they have been. So
It definitely opened. He definitely stretched the field. But Aaron, I mean, that's the best. Aaron has looked all season too, and you know how much I hate Aaron Rodgers, but he was putting the ball right on Watson.
speaking of which, we got to make our pod pick. So let's get into that, buddy.
Let's get into it.
All right. So as you said before, me and Rocky are 1, 2, 3, and you're in last.
Dead last.
So I think maybe what we should do with that is have you make your picks first.
Me?
Yeah, I think that's what we should
I
be
should
doing.
get to go last.
No,
That
you should
way I
get to go
Yeah.
first.
Worst to first.
You guys shouldn't be able to block me though. That's the.
Oh, we already gave you our picks.
All right. Let's start off with the greatest city in America. Oh my God, there was so much history. The Palmer House Hotel, going down the river and seeing all the architecture. It was absolutely amazing. Chicago, unfortunately, they're not going to be in that fantastic city this weekend. They're going to be in Atlanta, but they're getting 3 for their troubles of going to that shitty town. So I'm taking Chicago plus 3. I'm going to follow that right up with those hot ass Redskins, Commanders, whatever the hell they are. They're giving 3.5 to them lowly Texans, who just, by the way, signed Eno Benjamin off of the waiver wire from the Cardinals.
That's right.
That's
Thanks to my dynasty
Big
league.
news.
That's hot topic.
He's scrambling for his picks right now.
Hot topic right there. All right. And lastly,
Is this your dog?
I'm going to hit you with my dog. Oh, we're talking about the bomb throwing, MILF banging Zach Wilson going into New England.
Gillette Stadium.
Are you
they call
drunk,
it.
sir?
And he is going to take those
It's like
3
somebody's
points.
feeding you this through your headphones.
like a 4-year-old like in a van.
He's going to take those 3 points and he's going to shove them right up Mac Jones's ass because he ain't going to need them. I even take the Jets money line, but to be safe, I'm also going to take the 3 points, and that's my dog.
All right, I'll go next. I'll start off with my dog.
Wait, how come you get?
Yeah. Oh no, you're right. I forgot. I was trying to.
I like how you challenged, but yet still barked.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to go. I was
No,
trying.
you can't.
I'm trying to give you do your solid, but all right, you go. Sorry.
Classically trained.
Sorry. Do we have Rocky's picks yet? By the way.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
him.
Okay, so you want to do those first, or you want to do yours?
No, he's.
Well, you got me so sold on worst to first.
That is
here.
worse. The first is better. All right, you go. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up.
No, it's okay. And for that, I'm gonna take Tennessee +3, which is the opposite. Spoiler alert of what Phil was gonna just say.
Thank you.
That's actually my dog. Although I believe you with what the Packers could potentially become in the next few weeks, I think that the Titans are extremely underrated. I think they're one of the best coached teams in the league.
That's true.
They're the best on third down defense.
That's right.
Derrick Henry is 100 yards rushing in the last 4 of his 5 games.
Also true.
I think Tennessee covers at least the bare minimum here.
That's right.
You know what they
Next-
call that nowadays? They call that spitting truth.
Now I feel less confident about the pick. I guess I should feel even less confident about this next pick is Chicago +3.
Chicago.
I think this is going to be a little bit of an offensive showcase here, and I think Justin Fields can run for probably at least 150 yards again.
At least.
At least.
No
yeah.
big deal.
And then the final pick here is Buffalo -8. I feel like people won't be betting this game because of the recency bias that Buffalo just had. Are they mortal? Yes, but I still think Buffalo can win by a little bit more than a touchdown.
So this is week 11. Is Watson back this week?
No.
Oh
Next
no,
week.
he's suspended 11 games.
Yeah, that's
All
right. They
Yeah.
play the Texans when he
Yeah,
comes back.
just as the NFL drew it up.
All right, so it's my turn, and I will, since you stole my thunder there, I will go with Green Bay -3 at home to the Titans. And I will say, as I said before, it is a short week. They got to travel to Lambeau, and it means something. You're out of your routine, 2 days. You're not going to really get to do a walkthrough. And Packers are feeling good.
They are feeling good.
And if they're feeling like they felt the other night, guess what? Dallas defense is pretty good. They're pretty decent. They got some guys over there, and they hung a nice number on them. I don't think the Titans offense is going to be able to keep up with the Packers.
And it's going to be freezing friggin' cold, too, in Green Bay.
It is going to be very cold. All right, now I will go with my dog.
Wow, that was sad.
Hey, there's something special in the water over there in Chicago, and
There
Justin
is.
Fields is drinking it. I'll tell you what.
Fade Chicago.
I'm expecting him to run wild on the Falcons, all right?
At least
I like the
150.
Falcons, but the Falcons have started to hit that. Like we said, I think teams are starting to figure them out. Cordarrelle Patterson didn't have a great game last week. They're not utilizing London. They're not utilizing Pitts. Something's going bad in Atlanta. I'll tell you that.
They
And
got to have the refs there if they want
Bears on the road, the Justin Fields show, +3 points.
Boom.
Give me him all day.
All day.
All right, my next pick, Cardinals, Mr. Call of Duty himself. He's home versus the Niners. The Niners are getting 8 points here. I mean,
playing?
given 8 points. I don't know if he's playing, but I actually probably would feel better
If he didn't play.
if he didn't play. Maybe, I don't know. It's one of those things where Colt McCoy's great spot duty. Maybe 2 weeks is a little too much for him, but I do like the 8 points at home versus the Niners team that is like, they're good. Are they beating a team on the road by more than 8 points good? I'm not sure about that. All right. So that being said, you want to give Rocky's picks?
Yeah, you want me to rate him?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll give you a little sauce on there.
Yeah. All right. So I'm Rocky. Hi. For y'all that don't know, I'm in the lead. And I'm happy about it. Woo! I was waiting for applause, assholes. I'm sorry. So anyway, let's start off with, I want to take Baltimore. I think it's the Ravens. Yeah, 1 o'clock game. Giving away 12 points. Ooh, what was I thinking? Against Carolina. I'll stick with it. Next up, we've got them Vikings of Minnesota. Love me some Vikings. I'll take a point at home against them Cowboys. Ooh, I like Cowboys too. But you know what? I think I like Vikings better. And for my dog, for my dog, I'm gonna ride this train y'all are riding. Give me Justin Fields +3 in Atlanta.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know how to feel. That
You were really too good at that.
that was method acting.
Oh man! So thank you, Rocky, and we'll see. You know what? We're gonna go right back to you for Rocky's.
Immortal locks of the week. Give us Rocky's pick. So, to be fair, now I'll do a manly voice for Rocky. And he's taking them Redskins -3.5 on the road against the Texans, even though he loves Davis Mills, but apparently he's a hypocrite. Zach, give me your pick. I'm going to take Cincinnati -5. They've done nothing but win football games recently, except for the Browns. We won't talk about that one. They're playing the Steelers, and Joe Burrow's rested and ready to go. Mark, give me your lock. Alright, I'm going to go Sunday night game, Kansas City -6.5 at the Chargers. Chargers, you're probably looking at Keenan Allen out again, Mike Williams out again, and we talked about this Kansas City offense. They're hitting on all cylinders. Kadarius Toney looks like he might be the next Tariq Hill, and Mahomes is the best to do it. Kansas City -6.5, lock it in. Alright, my lock is Buffalo -8 versus the Browns. Not a lot to say. Buffalo's coming off a disappointing couple weeks. The Browns are the perfect get-right game. They're going to run it up. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in.
All right.
It's too much fun to do those voices.
Yeah, that's
It
a little
really
too
is.
much. All right, hey guys, that's the show. Thank you, Rocky, for not being here to tell your story. Thank you guys for watching. Please follow us on TikTok and YouTube. Like and subscribe. TikTok Live, 9:30s on Sunday mornings. You get your fantasy fix right there. Go to Chalkboard. You get Rocky's not start sits. Rocky
Cheat sheets.
cheat sheets. You get March start sits. You get our weekly pod picks. We talked about this. I think this week we should make picks for the whole slate. I think we should against the
it's
spread.
Not a bad idea.
And post
I
them
think
up
I
there.
do that anyways.
Yeah, we should do that. And then we have a bunch of chats there for fantasy questions, trade questions, all that type of stuff. And chats just to talk some shit.
In the link in the bio.
And the link in the bio. Please use that link in the bio. Hey, and thank you for watching, man. We love you. Peace.